What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? With my peeps. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross watcher. Little bit of Taurus, a lot of Taurus in your chart. Don't matter. It can resonate. It cannot resonate. Fit it in where it get in. Okay? Not my responsibility to fit it in for you. My responsibility is to speak it honestly, truthfully, 100, without any interior motives. Just speak it. That's my responsibility, to tell the truth. That's it. It's your responsibility to fit it in where it get in. All right? To be able to decipher what's for you and what's not for you. Anyway, anywho. All right, so I'm going to continue on these cards right here. Mini messages. And mini messages like 20 minutes for me. That's a mini message. So I'm trying to keep it in that area. 20 minutes. Right? For right now. We'll go back. Go back to that, deck, and we'll go back. But for right now, we need a little break because we need encouragement. We need to be inspired. Need to, lift it up. We need to be thinking about ourselves. We need to be giving ourselves, that love, that clap, that kiss for ourselves. Because right now, we all need it. And we don't need to be trying to look at other people and trying to get it from other people. We need to give it to ourselves. That is a problem. That is a serious problem. Because people oftentimes are searching and looking, trying to find, trying to get validation, trying to get appreciation, trying to get all they can get to fill voids and to lift up egos and try to make themselves feel better and feel good from other people. But did you not know, when you go that route is so exhausting. That route is so, not only is exhausting, you got to try to, you always looking and trying to find and trying to dig and try to, manipulate and persuade people to say things good about you, to do things good for you. And oftentimes, them people that's doing things and saying things, and those people that's around you, they really don't like you like that. They playing a game. And by the time you find out about it, you hurt, confused, and bewildered about something that you should have been given to yourself. You should be loving yourself. You should, if you want to, you want somebody to uplift and feed your ego, you do it yourself. I oftentimes preach that, say that. I wholeheartedly believe in that. Because if you can't give yourself a clap, if you can't give yourself a hug, if you can't look at yourself and like what you see, that's your problem. It ain't nobody else, it's you. It starts with you all day long. If you can't celebrate yourself, your achievements, if you can't find nothing about you that's good, if you can't say nothing about you that's positive, it's a problem. See, because we got two sides. We got the good, I always say, the bad, and I always say the ugly. But it's always something good, and it's always something that's not as good. I don't want to say bad, but not as good about us, about ourselves. Because we have light, we have dark. We have light, we have shadow. So that's where you as a person, you have to make up your mind. Like, for instance, for an example, if you're not in the best of moods and you going through a time, it could be, let's just say you going through a spiritual awakening, because oftentimes when we going through a spiritual awakening, it's really not a good time. It's not when you going through a spiritual awakening, you are really at a low point in your life. Your attitude, your personality, everything is at a low point. That you find yourself down, you find yourself low at that point. Because God is trying to take you down a level to lift you up. God is trying to show you something about yourself. Some things about yourself that He getting ready to introduce that you got to work on at this time. And as you begin to work on those things, you level up. You start to level up to where you need to go. So oftentimes it's time to get back to work. Oftentimes it's time to knock you off being complacent. Oftentimes it's time to open your eyes to new things about yourself that you got to work on. And that oftentimes it takes you to a low place, because where you was working and you had reached achievement and things was positive, you were good, everything was good, God can't work with you on that level. He has to bring you to not bring you down a level. He has to bring you to a place of brokenness to be able for you to see that there's a problem and there's an issue that needs to be worked on to be able to elevate you. He can't elevate you when everything is good and everything moving in momentum and everything, you growing and everything is everything. So that's why one day you here and one day you not. And it takes you off unless you're preparing for it. I'm trying to get those of you that are not there yet to prepare. But anyway, I don't know why I don't even know why okay. But that's not what today is about. But that was for somebody. I will say that. That's for somebody. God can't work with you if you already at that level. Just because we have reached a point of achievement and we are looking good, smelling good like we should, there's always more healing. There's always more levels. We have to learn how to appreciate those times that we have to go through, even though it don't feel good, even though it don't look good, even though we're not feeling good, we at a low point. Doesn't mean that everything that we haven't accomplished, everything. I think I was getting ready to say something. That's what got me on this route. Because I'm trying to speak to those of you that is not feeling good right now. You're not feeling good. you're feeling low, but I want you to remember all that you have achieved. All that you have achieved. You're getting ready to go through something. You're going through something. You're going through this process because it's time to elevate to the next level. Somebody needs to hear this because I just got through talking about this. Somebody is hurting right now. Somebody's going through and they don't think they can make it. They don't know how they're going to make it. They don't know that this is just just something that you have to get through so you can be able to reach the levels that you need to reach. This is not something, but this is heavy. It's heavy. Whoever you are, you gonna make it. I'm a living testimony that you gonna make it. I'm a living testimony that you can make it. You will make it, but I'm a living testimony that you can make it. You don't gotta be perfect. You don't have to have everything and everything be hot and popping and right. Everything is a process. God will meet you where you are. You just have to keep trying. You got to keep moving. You got to keep walking. You got to keep believing. You got to keep having faith. Because in believing, in having hope, in that space, God can move mountains, can move you forward, can move you in another dimension. Having faith in something that you can't see. He didn't say that you couldn't be sad. He didn't say that you couldn't feel the emotions and the feelings that you have. He said if you just have faith of a mustard seed, that you can move mountains. So what I'm actually saying is just have faith. Faith in the process that everything is going to be all right. Now, I've often told you, those of you that's been rocking with me, I've often told you that when God give me the same message and I keep saying the same things over and over again, somebody need to hear it. So that means that collective that's been rocking with me, y'all need to start praying because somebody needs it. Your sisters, your brothers in the collective, somebody needs those prayers. They need us to pray. They need us to stand in the gap. That when they're losing their faith, we have the faith for them. We have the faith to stand in the gap that ensure they will get where they need to get. That God will be able to move them where they need to be moved. Somebody is losing hope. Somebody is losing faith. They don't think that they can make it. They don't think that they can get through it. But God, you will and you can. Continue to hold on. Continue to believe. If you can't believe in yourself, believe in God. Believe in your higher self. Believe in something higher than yourself. Whatever that might be for you at that moment, hold on to that. The time is not long. That's the enemy. That's your mind. See, because sometimes the enemy is us. And our mind and our stinking thinking about what we see. It's not really the enemy on the outside. It's us. Hold on. Just hold. If you can't do nothing but just hold on. Hold on. Just a little bit longer. We will pray. I will pray. I will stand because I know God is there. I know God can, and I know God will. You've made it this far, and it's heavy, and you believe, and you're starting to believe that it's too heavy for you to bear, but it's not. You're going to need to get through this, because what's coming, what's it ahead of you, is bigger than even this. This, what you are experiencing, it's nothing compared to what they got plotted and what they got planned for you. You must endure. Everything in you, everything you've been fighting for, everything you have accomplished, everything that you have achieved is for this moment right here. So you have it in you, but you keep telling yourself you can't make it. You keep telling yourself you don't have it. You keep telling yourself you're too tired, but you got everything. You're equipped with everything. Everything is right there inside of you. Tap in to your resources. Not on what's outside of you, what's in you. Tap into what's in you. Hold on to what's in you, because what's in you is God. You never would have made it this far if God was not with you, if God was on side of you, if God was on the back and the front of you. You never would have made it this far. So I know what I'm telling you is true, it's 100, and it's real. I'm not talking to somebody that ain't been through nothing. I'm talking to the real ones right now, because this is how heavy it is. You ain't never had it this heavy. And God would never put that on somebody that's a little bit. No, God wouldn't have did that. So I'm talking to somebody that has been through some things. I'm talking to somebody that is carrying the weight that they ain't never carried before, and they thought they ain't been through it all. But this one meets, it beats all the rest of the things that you've been through. God, I don't want to say that, because God wants me to say that if you get through this one, that God promised. But see, I don't want to say that. That's between you and God. You need to get with God so God can make that promise to you. So, if this is you, I didn't even get to the card. If this is you, sit with God. Be with God. Pray. Fast. Definitely fast. If you gotta rest, rest. Don't do anything strenuous. Just pray, fast, listen, hold on to a mustard seed of faith. A mustard seed is so tiny, you only need a little bit, and God will meet you where you are. So just know you are not alone. You are not alone. Stop telling yourself that you ain't got nobody. You got plenty of people. It ain't got to be human. Because spiritual beings, angels, ancestors, they could be more impactful than a human being. They can have your back because they can see things that humans can't see. Trust and depend on your ancestors. Call on them. Pray. Ask them to help you. Your angels. Call on your angels. Call them and tell them that you need help. they will meet you where you are. Stop saying that you're alone. You're not alone. You're not by yourself, and you are loved. So loved. Because if you wasn't, you definitely would not be going through this. This is not a spiritual attack from the enemy. This is your elevation. Those of you that's being attacked by the enemy, you're being protected by the Most High, the angels and the ancestors. But you don't believe that you're giving your energy to the enemy by being afraid and being fearful of your attacker. They feed on fear. But you're not having faith that your angels and the Most High got your back. You keep looking at the enemy and feeding their ego and feeding them by giving them the fear. For those of you that's being attacked, being spiritually attacked and psychically attacked. But for those of you that's elevating, your problem and your issue is your faith. Stop the stinking thinking and tap into the God in you and tap into the faith of a mustard seed. Get back on track and go on this journey. You know what time it is. So whichever one you own. I chose to talk to the ones for elevation, but you could definitely be under attack. And if you are under attack, psychically or spiritually attacked, you also know what time it is. Stop feeding that with fear. What are you fearing? What are you scared of? If they had the power and the resources, and if they had the power over you to take you out, you would have been gone long time ago. Stop feeding that. Let that mess ride. Stand in your power and your truth. That's what this card is about. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. When you fearful and scared and running from somebody spiritually attacking you, spiritually attack every day, all day long. When I wake up, I know when I wake up, I know what kind of day it's getting ready to be. But I wake up in spite of what they do, what they want, what they trying to attack, whether it's me, my channel, my children, my family, my vehicle, my home, whatever. What they gonna do? Me being scared. I get right back on here, get back on here, do whatever I'm gonna do every day. I stand in my power and my truth. You attack if you want to. That's your business. That's between you and your God and my God. I don't have nothing to do with that. My job is to keep going, keep believing and having faith in what my life consists of, what I want my life to consist of, and what I want it to look like. I control that, not them. They can throw the attack, but I control the outcome according to my faith in the Most High God and according to His will for my life. He gets the final say what goes down over here in my realm, and I'm okay with that. But that fear and running and scared, them days is over and been over a long time ago. I am not going to be afraid, and you should not be afraid, whoever you are. That feeds them. Your fear feeds them. I no longer will feed. I no longer will be bothered with that. I no longer will be manipulated. I no longer will be controlled. I control me. The power resides in me. I stand on that power and that truth, and I resonate with the God in me to stand on that power, to call that power back, to take back my power, my authority, and to stand in the rank in the spiritual realm that I belong to, that I have earned, that I deserve. And you should too. And I got to leave it there because you know I'll go even longer. But it's 26 minutes and I'm going to leave it there. But those of you who this resonate with, leave a heart. Say what you will in them comments. Because whoever needs it, prayer is coming. Whoever have the courage to put it out there, to confirm this message, confirm it. I will pray. Either way, spiritually attacked or elevation. Hold on to your power, your truth. Tap into your spirit, which is the God in you. Hold on, because everything is going to be all right. And every crooked line or bend is going to be straight. You got to trust the process. And I'm going to leave it right there. Like I said, hit the comments, like, share, subscribe if you haven't. I'm sending love. I'm sending healing your way. And Trinity is